Now today we will explore the various controls and workspace which we get in our Scribus. So this is the, as soon as you double click the icon for Scribus, this is the window that will open. We have exhaustively dealt with the new document setup. Here we have chosen double sided and we have chosen right page to be the front page. The number of pages we want to say around 4, and all the others we have already dealt with in our previous session. So I'm going to give a OK. Now when you see, this is actually the page layout. Here if you click and start attempt to type, you won't be able to type. So you need to introduce a separate box for holding text. It's called a text box. So without inserting a text box, you won't be able to type in this space. So first thing you should do is you should insert a text box before you start typing. And then if you want to paste an image, you need to insert a image frame. So without an image frame, you simply cannot insert an image. It is not like a word processor where you can immediately start typing as soon as the document window opens. You can copy and paste any image you want as soon as the document window opens. Here you need to create specific boxes to hold the text as well as images. So right now we will be seeing the various features which this layout of Scribus has. This is actually the page or the layout page where we are going to work. This is actually the empty space. We call it as Scratchpad. Here we can open and keep other resources open. This is the Scratchpad. So this space can be used for keeping up a text here so that you can drag and drop. And all these key things can be done using the Scratchpad. So now here, this is the top of the document window. This is the title window, and this is the various controls. You have file, you have edit, you have insert, you have page. So each one of them we will see separately. The file, you can, by clicking the new file, you can create a new file. By clicking new from template, you can open a new template to work on with. Then if you had already worked on a file using Scribus, you can just click open and open the file, and you can continue from where you left off. The file will have a suffix called .sla. So you have the option of opening the already existing file, unfinished file. You also have a scope for opening the most recent document. Potentially by default it will show 5 documents, recent documents. You can increase it by going to the settings, general settings, which we will be discussing later. And then you have the option of saving the file. The file can be saved just by giving a save. It will save in the Scribus format. It's called SLA format. It will save in the Scribus format. If you want to save as, if you want to export this file to a PDF, you can export the file and save as a PDF. And then you can export the file and save as an image, and then you can export the file and save as SVG. So all these files can be exported, and if you really want to print your work which you have completed using Scribus, ideally you should save as an image page by page, so that the printer will be able to print these pages as images and bind up the books and bind the book out for you. So this is actually the export option. Import is, you can import text. Import text from what? Import text from web pages, import text from any text editor, import text from any open Google documents or open document. All these things, possibility of importing text from all these sources are available. Supposing you have typed out a text in a notepad, you can import the text. Supposing you have typed out a text in Google Docs, you can import the text into the Scribus. So supposing you are planning to author a book with collaboration from different authors, you can ask them to mail their chapters to you in whatever format they want. They can use a Google Doc, or they can use a Open Doc, LibreOffice, any document format. They can type and send it across to you by email, and you can import their document right into the Scribus. Even if they generate a Word document which has been compiled using MS Word, the text alone can be imported. The formatting gets lost. So the formatting which they have made using the word processor of Microsoft Word, the formatting will get lost, the type of font will get lost, but still the text alone can be imported into Scribus. So this really gives you an option for collaborative editing for your textbook. And then here the document setup and preferences we will deal with later. Next comes the edit. So you can click redo and undo. These are the classic things which you can do with any document. Select all, unselect all, and then pattern, styles, master pages. These things we will deal when we come to it. Then insert. You can insert a text frame, I've already told you. Insert image frame, insert render frame, insert a table. Insertion can be done just by going into the insert menu. And then page. Page, you can insert a page. If you click insert a page, it will ask you whether you want to insert this page at the end of the first page. That is the one question it's going to ask. So where do you want to insert this page? And then the next thing is whether you want a left page to be inserted or a right page to be inserted, or whether you are going to insert a master page or not. So these things, creation of master pages is another session. We will go to it when we get to it. And then the size of the page is A4. Orientation, if you want to insert a landscape page, which happens to be the second page, you can give out a landscape page. Supposing you are creating a book where you want to devote a page for images, separate page for images, you can always ensure that you go to insert, and then instead of portrait you choose landscape. So that is a possibility. And then here, manage page properties. The page properties which we already seen in our previous session again can be managed using the same menu from pages. Then view, it gives you a option of viewing the file or viewing the page layout window. Say now right now it is 100%. If you want to reduce it, so maybe you want to reduce it by 75% so that it will fit your screen, you can do it from here, view, and then you can increase it if you want. Then there is something called preview mode. If you go to preview mode, it will show you how it will look like when you print the document. So you can use preview mode to view it. You can, by clicking it, you can see the margins, show bleed, you can show frames. So all these features can be controlled by going into view. And there is something called extra. The extra will show you, will add a color wheel where you can use this wheel to choose a color, and then you can go to preview the fonts which you are going to use. Scripting, Scribus is actually highly customizable software. You can use Python scripts to remotely execute Scribus, but since this is beyond the scope of our training, so I am not going to deal much with Scribus scripts. And then these are all the windows. The windows can be changed into cascading type, tile type. Tile is one arranged, the window arranged one below the other. And then properties is where this window we are going to work very commonly. So if you want to show, supposing you are creating a text box here, I will create a text box and show you. Insert text frame. So I am going to create a text frame. This is how the text frame will look like. So as soon as I create a text frame, I will be able to type something in the text frame. So I have typed. So you can keep typing, or you can also import text from the append text. So it will ask you where to append the text from. Supposing if I have text from here, so it will give out, it imports the text from the document I have stored in my desktop. But here you see a into sign, a warning sign. This sign tells you that there are some more lines which has not been accommodated for lack of space. So this into tells me that there are some more lines which has not been accommodated for lack of space. So in this scenario, what you're supposed to do is either you reduce the size of the font. You select everything, and reduce the size of the font. You select this, window needs to be selected like this. Go to properties. Here it will give you text. So here the text is 12 points, so we will make it 10. See what happens. I made into 10. See, the size has reduced, but still some more lines need to be accommodated. So you can pull it, you can push the text box up, try to create space. Still there are some more lines. So when you are importing text, you ensure that there is adequate space within the layout to accommodate these texts. Or else you can always create a next page, and then you can allow these texts to flow into the next page. So next alternative is, one is you can create, copy and paste para by para, or if you're importing large volumes of text, you create more and more pages and create more and more text boxes and allow the text to flow from one page to another. So that features and that settings we will see later. So this is actually how to create a text box, how to import text into the text box window. And here down, the next thing is what you see, the toolbar. This toolbar, so between, there are two lines here. When you see two lines, it tells you can drag and keep it anywhere you want. You can drag this toolbar and keep it anywhere you want for your convenience. So you see here too, here this thing again can be dragged. See, it can be dragged and kept there. So here whenever you see two lines, it tells you that you can drag the toolbar and keep it, detach it and keep it wherever you want. So here if you keep your cursor, it will tell you what exactly the tool is meant for. For example, here just click it, it will open a document. Next here, if you click it, it will create a new document. This will actually save the document. This will close the document, and this will print the document. Here, this is actually called a pre-flight verifier. So this is actually used when you completed your document inside Scribus. You want to send it to the printer, you want to verify whether all is well with your document, just do this pre-flight verifier test. So it will do a check, it will verify all the pages of your document, it will check out whether your words are within the frame, and it will check out the resolution of the pictures, whether it will come out well when it is printed. All these checks will be done by the pre-flight checker or verifier. Here you have the choice of saving the document to PDF. PDF is nothing but portable document format. Here you have a undo arrow, and this is actually a redo arrow. This is cut, copy and paste. These are classic tools which you see in any application toolbar. And then here you see a select item. We want to select, click this arrow, and for example click and it will select. The red thing is selected, so that is select. And then this is actually insert text frame, this is insert image frame, this is again insert render frame, and this is insert table, this is insert a shape. The shape can be a default shape, arrows, flowchart, jigsaw. These are all the shapes which is possible. And then here it's an arrow. Here this one actually a pen which you can draw bezier lines. So here this helps to rotate the image. This zooms the page in and out. And here This is a color picker which will pick up the color within the image. And then these are all active PDF tools where you can keep the push button. Then you can keep a checkbox. If you are going to generate an active PDF document, you can use all these features inside your Scribus document. So here in the lower margin, you have the option of measuring in points, in millimeters, whatever measurement you choose, be it in points, be it in millimeters, be it in inches. So it gets applied to a document. Suppose you want to measure the size of the page in points. If you say in points, it will tell you in points. And then here, this tells you how we are going to view the image which you have added to the Scribus document. If you want to view it in high resolution, you can choose high resolution. If you want to view it in normal resolution, you can view it in normal resolution. You can view it under low resolution, it will show in low resolution. And this is actually the size of the layout. Now we are viewing the layout in its 75% size. If you want to decrease it still further, the minus arrow will decrease it still further. If you just click into the one, it takes in 100%. So here, this is the normal size of the layout. And then if you want to enlarge it further, you can zoom. So you can either view it at 100% or reduce it to 50% if you want. The more you reduce that, the pages become visible and your scratch area also correspondingly increase. So you get, if you want to increase your scratch area so that you will be having much space to move around with, you can reduce the size of the layout so that your scratch area becomes larger and more favorable for your work. And then here, this is the first page we are viewing. If you want to go to the second page, it will take you to the second page. If you go to the third page, it will take you to the third page. And then it gives you the number till page 5, it gives you. And then this is actually the color of the layer. So whenever you are going to type, the type letter is going to be in black. So that's what it says. Here, this is actually color management. Supposing you want to enable it, now the color management is disabled. Now if you click or enable the color management, just by clicking this, you can disable the color management. So that's the pause. Here vision, this is actually a preview mode. So this will make it 100%, and then this will tell you how your document will look like when you're printing. So this is how it will look like when it is being printed. This is under normal vision. So you can make it into red. Then these are all the views which to facilitate persons with vision problems. So if the patient is having color blindness, you can choose this one, full color blindness. So this will reveal the page as the patient will see. So if the moment I click at the eye, this becomes a normal layout window. That is for today. Let us continue the other things in our subsequent sessions.